Hi friends, thanks for joining me. I hope you are all well and tickety boo. Today I have a new mini album for you using the May mini album cut files. And you can see here there are different pages, and my album is just about 5 inches, just over 5 inches by 5 inches. And there are different styles of pages, so you can see the heart, there's those stars, the tiny little circles, and real life captured. And they're all really, really cute. But I'm going to start off with the heart. I have it in my mind to back the heart with paper strips, pattern paper strips. And I had the March and April kits together, so I had a double bumper crop of pattern papers, and there are different papers from Maggie Holmes in there, Simple Stories, as well as some Hip Kit exclusives, and I wanted to use some of those on my projects, so I thought this would be a really cute way to do that. So what I've done then is cut out a piece of pattern paper to use as my backing, and then as you can see there I've cut out some of these strips of paper, and they're all probably about 1/2 inch wide, as you can see, and I'm just trying to pick out some tonal variations so that you can see a difference between them, but they all kind of go together. And then I'm just going to trim it down to my backing page and rough up the edges a little bit, because I do like a bit of texture and I don't want it to look like one piece of paper. I do want it to look like individual strips, and roughing up those edges really does help with that effect. So it's really going to be a simple idea that I am just going to lightly tack them into place with a little spot of glue once I've arranged them. And then I was originally going to sew down each edge of the strip, but there would be quite a lot of stitching in such a small space, and I thought it might be busy. So instead what I'm going to do is stitch down the centre of each strip, just to have that little bit of extra texture. And what I found is that I needed an extra strip of paper, just because I could see some of the background poking through. So this would be great on a scrapbook page as well, I think, and I might give it a go later on this month, because I really like this idea. I did something similar a few months back with some fringe scissors. So I've made a heart, and I'd actually fringed the papers individually, then glued them together and then cut around the heart. So it was kind of in reverse, I guess. But I really love how that turned out. So this is kind of a lot easier and a lot quicker to do. So I think originally I was going to put this on the inside of my album and maybe use that real life title page as my front cover. But by the time I'd made this up, I thought, oh no, it's really got to be at the front. So it does end up being my front cover. So it really does look effective there, as you can see. And as I say, I originally was going to stitch down each edge, but there'd have been double stitches effectively. So I just went down the centre, as you can see, instead. So all I needed to do is sandwich those two pieces of paper together with a bit of double-sided tape, and that makes it nice and sturdy for my front cover too, which is really fab. So the decoration, I have used the gorgeous chipboard from Maggie Holmes that came in the, April embellishment kit. As I say, we had 2 kits arrived together, so it was really, I was really like Christmas around here. They're just stuffed full of absolutely gorgeous things. And this sticker book came with the embellishment kit. So that's from the Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection. And it's a cute little book, and there are hundreds of stickers in there, and I really like the black and white ones actually, because it kind of makes a change against all that pink, and I think it really pops off the page and really helps to ground my embellishments. So I've used a combination of the chipboard stickers as well as those vinyl stickers. And I'm just kind of adding a few layers really, so it's not too bulky. And it'll be nice and sturdy for the front cover. So I do like to layer a few leaves in if I can. I just really think it helps to, I don't know, just give that soft touch to a cluster. And I'm just offsetting the wonderful banner there, just because the chipboard's quite thick. And in the end, I do add some extra stickers to the front, but you'll see those on the close-up at the end. So I'm going on to this page, which has those small circles. It's a bit like a coin holder. I don't know if you've seen those coin holder albums where you get tiny circles. And I thought it would be super duper cute to add a little puffy sticker to each one. So if you were making an album with lots of photos, you could use these as divider pages and then have your different sections of your album between these pages. I'm using it more as an example of what you could do with the cut files and some decoration ideas. I have made quite a lot of albums over the past 12 months or so, and I've kind of run out of photos because obviously we're not going anywhere, and it's getting more tricky anyway because my kids are teenagers and they really don't like having their photographs taken. So as well as those puffy stickers, you can see I mounted some of the vinyl stickers that came in that embellishment kit. And I'm mounting those just onto white card just so I can pop those off the page. So the butterfly will just have its wings turned up at the ends, and I'll just pop that hello onto foam tape. And I think it's nice to have that bit of contrast in the middle, so it just kind of breaks up the rhythm a little bit and makes it a little bit more eye-catching. But really simple, and those little puffy stickers are just a perfect size for this. And maybe I would have used some of the heavier ones, maybe like the house, would have worked better at the bottom, so I was a bit random when I applied it, and I didn't want to move things around. But yeah, they're really, really cute idea, I think. I don't think I've ever partied with so many stickers on one page though. Completely out of my comfort zone. But I think it is actually my favourite page in the album. So it was really, really cute and obviously so easy to do. And on the back of this page, I think I'm going to use some more of that chipboard. And I think rather than just pop the chipboard onto the page, which was my initial instinct, I'm just winding a little bit of waxed thread around there. It's something I do like to do. I just think it adds that texture without any bulk. It can be a bit fiddly just because it's already sticky on the back, obviously. So I'm just going to offset that. So rather than hang it right in the middle, I am just going to knot it so it's on one side. Now, I do tie a bow here, but I forgot that we have those gorgeous little button, I think they're mother of pearl buttons in the, I think it's the embellishment kit for April. And they're tiny, cute little hearts that have a button a buttonhole at the top, and they're perfect for dangling as you can off the little things like this. So I'm just trying to work out if I can build any more layers, and I have this stitched piece of pattern paper which I've just stitched around the outside and is the perfect backdrop to that chipboard. And again, you'll see in my close-ups when I'm talking about that little button. So I think when designing an album, well, I don't know about you, but I tend to maybe have some firm ideas of what I want to do. So I do like things like flaps and pockets, but then I don't really know, which order I'm going to put things in, and just how those ideas are going to percolate. So I do tend to flit around between one thing and another. And what I'm going to do on this page is I've taken a sheet of paper. So rather than trim it back down to the 5 inches of the album, I've left the additional 2 inches that were left on that strip of paper, folded it over at the 5 inches. So now you have that flap. And then I mounted the extra pattern paper on the top there. So now the flap has that square on the front. And then I'll just use some stickers and chipboard to decorate it. So I think when you've got a little album, it's really cute if you can add some interactive elements or surprise elements. So when you're viewing the album for the first time, you're kind of like, oh, that's a really cute idea. And I think that would be, just makes it more interesting, I think, for the viewer. So that chipboard, I think, came from the main kit, and it's Simple Stories Bunnies and Blooms, I think. And I'm just going to layer up some more of those Maggie Holmes stickers. Just rather than leave stickers on their own, I think it's just nice to group them together. So this page really, if you were doing this album yourself and going to use some of these ideas, you could hide some additional photos in there, you could pop your journaling behind, and that would be a really super way of, say, adding some interest or making your viewer interact with your album a little bit more. So what I'd done off camera, some of the strips of paper that I'd got left over from previous projects, or, as I was cutting up the papers for this project. So I keep all those little bits and pieces, and they're perfect for banners. And in this case, I've scalloped the top edge of this paper. I ran my sewing machine down the middle, and then I've edged three sides so that I can make, 3 sides with double-sided tape so that I can make a pocket. So it's a tiny weeny pocket, and I'm just going to pop some journaling cards and some one of the pocket life cards in there as well. But this would be a great place to add your photos, some ephemera, some tickets or whatever from a trip. So I like to have these albums ready. So, if I did need a quick present, or I wanted to document a day out or a little trip, it's perfect because I've got everything ready. I'm just print off some photos, write some journaling, and hey presto, you've got a ready-made album, which I think it would be super cute. So I did go backwards and forwards. So as I dug out those embellishments, those die cuts, I thought, oh, can I use that on that page? And I tend to have to go away and then come back to things. So this is the page where we had that flap that we made earlier. And what I'm going to do then is just pop that pocket life card behind so that you can't see it until you lift the flap up. But again, this would be where your photograph would go if you were making an album. And if you wanted to, you could attach that card or that photo with washi tape, and then you could lift that up and then reveal another element as well. But as it is, I'm just keeping mine simple, and I'm just lining up below that flap so that it's completely hidden until you open the page. I don't know if you saw my previous videos, but I have this from the colour kit, the April colour kit, this stencil from Simple Stories. I think it's Simple Stories now, hang on. It could be Echo Park. Oh, no, this is Simple Stories. So I think this was the March kit. I beg your pardon. And it these cute little vines and little tiny butterflies. And what you saw there was I used Victorian velvet in the Distress Oxide, which I applied with a makeup brush in kind of a circular motion and just laid a little bit of colour down on the background. Now I had done this on a couple of projects previously, and what I did was just lightly outline some of those leaves and branches so that it just shows up a little bit more. And I just used a simple pencil. I guess you could use a pen if you wanted something more bold. But it really does help for it to stand away from the background. And while I've been nattering, you can see there I've added one of those little pearl buttons just to this particular tag. So it's a mother of pearl button there, which I think just adds that lovely bit of texture below that ribbon there. And then I'm going to finish this off. I'm just going to stick that down on my page and then just add some die cuts just to finish it off. So what I'll do in a moment after mounting these die cuts is I'll just go round with my pencil again just to highlight some of those leaves, the bits and pieces that are showing. So again, those are the Bunnies and Bloom collection. I think that is the April main kit. It's all turned into a little bit of a blur for me. I kind of work weeks ahead and then fall behind and then have to catch up. And you do about 5 other projects in between. So for the last page, I am going to make a little background for the real life captured Cutfile. And what I thought I would use is some of the shimmers that we've had in the recent colour kits, just as a watercolour to create the background. And as you can see, I've just watered down the shimmers with my spray bottle there and a bit of water on my brush. And then just swiped it across some white cardstock. So there's no gesso on the white cardstock at all. It's just the thick white card. And I've used a few colours there. And let me just check what my colours are. I did write them down and then forgot. So I have Naughty or Nice, which is from the December kit. I've used Dandelion, which came in March, I believe. And also a colour called Ookie Bear Blue even, not Ookie Bear. And what I really like how it turned out. So coincidentally, I managed to colour them more or less the same height as in the individual words. So that was a really good stroke of luck on my part. And I'm just going to give you a flip through the album here. And as you can see, that front cover I think turned out really well. I love those strips of pattern paper and the little bit of stitching detail. And there's that chipboard Polaroid piece that I showed you earlier. And then I just threaded through some of those little buttons. And that was the page where I'd done the stenciling. I hope you can just see the sort of outlining that I had done there with the pencil. So a really cute, pretty page. And this page, I just used some bits and pieces that I had got left over. Did a little bit of fussy cutting. And this one is where I had that fold over section. So I really like how that turned out. And again, I used that stencil idea on the back of one of the pages and just mounted some more stickers and chipboard. So that'd be great if you wanted to add some photos there or some journaling. Oh, and I forgot, we had some vellum in one of the cardstock kits, which I hadn't realised. And I used some of those lovely transparent stickers on there. And this is my favourite page with the little tiny puffy stickers. So that's super cute behind the vellum there. This is the one with the little pocket. So again, I've just added some of the pocket live cards and journal cards, but that'd be perfect for your photos or tickets. And that's the final page with the watercolour background using the shimmers. I really like how that turned out. So it gave me that lovely coloured effect, but it kind of matches up nicely with the Cutfile. And I say that was a bit of a stroke of luck really on my part. So I really hope you've enjoyed the video and had some ideas for different pages in the mini album. And I would love to see if you do manage to do any albums of your own using the makeup files, and I'd love to see those in our Facebook group. I'll leave you with the close-ups. There's quite a few to get through. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and if you do, you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You can subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Instagram as Cropcat, or you can look on YouTube as Morag Cuts. So thank you so much for your time, and hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye.